To celebrate a birthday, two young men hatched a wild plan. They would spend 4 months crossing all of Latin America on a beat-up, oil-leaking motorcycle. The trip would cover over 10,000 kilometers. They were driven by a desire to explore the world they'd only read about in books, and by a fear of sleepwalking through life without ever really living. Their families supported the adventure. Fuser's father told him that if he were 10 years younger, he'd jump on that motorcycle in a heartbeat. His companion, Alberto, had been dreaming of this trip for a decade. In January 1952, these two friends, as different in temperament as night and day, officially set off on a journey that would change their lives forever. They didn't even make it out of the neighborhood before nearly colliding head-on with a bus. But for these two young men who knew so little of the world, hitting the road was the only cure for their restlessness. Leaving behind the drudgery of school and exams, they felt a sweet hum of freedom in their ears. When they spotted someone on horseback in a field, Alberto revved the throttle, and just like that, the race was on. But it didn't take long for them to realize their motorcycle couldn't even keep up with a horse. They'd barely left the city when they tumbled into a filthy ditch. They were fine, but the little dog in their pack nearly went flying. Their first stop was 601 kilometers away, at Fuser's girlfriend's house. One look at the mansion, which could have passed for a castle, made it clear her family was seriously wealthy. That evening's gathering was filled with PhDs and business elites. Fuser came from a comfortable background himself, but surrounded by all these successful people, he couldn't help feeling a bit out of his league. He didn't even know how to dance, so he sat awkwardly on the sidelines, enduring the scrutiny of his girlfriend's parents. They were so suspicious of his intentions that, despite the size of the estate, they didn't offer him a single bed inside. He was sent out to the yard to sleep. The two eventually broke up. Her parents arranged one blind date after another, each suitor more accomplished than the last. But Fuser was still just a medical student who hadn't even graduated. No car, no house, no job. All he could give her was a dog, along with the hope that she'd wait for him to come back.